Hello everyone and welcome to today's PhotoBiz Live where we'll be doing website reviews. So if you're going to have your website review today, that's what we're going to focus on. So see what you're doing, see how we can make alterations to improve your website, and it gives us a chance to just get feedback and see what we're all making together. So sit right. We're going to get going in just a few moments. If you want to have your website reviewed in the future, there's a link in the description. Go ahead and fill that out so you can be on the queue the next time we do this. It is first come, first serve. So we already got 4 lined up today. But if you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section. We'll take a look at it as we go. We'll be getting started momentarily. I'm getting all the websites ready. Again, if you want to have your website reviewed today, please let us know. We'll take a look at it in the future. Also, if you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section. We'll take a look at it as we go. So, we are going to get set up in just a moment. If you have any questions, you can always take a look at our blog.photobiz.com. It's a great resource for anything that we got going on and updating through our system. So you can always take a look at it. Go to our blog. Oh, it disappeared. Let me connect it again. I knew this was going to give me issues. Hang on. Oh, there it is. Give me just a moment. OBS is being a little stubborn today. There we go. Okay. So take a look at blog.photobiz.com for any of those resources. You can see that we got things such as articles about when to use paid ads versus social media. This is going to be helpful for when you want to come up with what's the best resource, where should you spend your money, and where should you allocate your time and resources when it comes to advertising and engaging with your customer base. We also have a breakdown of bit rates for better videos for optimizing for PhotoBiz with Premiere Pro. So again, if you want to make sure that you have videos that are on your website, I do a breakdown on how you can do that. You can watch the walkthrough there. But the main thing is how you can scale down very, very large videos down below 30 megabytes or even further, all the way down to 3 if you need to. So they can fit into the parameters for our new video file upload options. Again, you need to be able to upload videos to your website. You have the ability up to 4 megabytes or 50 megabytes if you have the original file option enabled. So take a look at that in the future. See if you want to do something like that. You also have some new things as how you can utilize pop-ups. So if you have any questions about how pop-ups are going to be done, take a look at that as we go through everything. All right, let's get started. Let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at all the websites that we got this week. Jumping over, here we go. The Pooch Studios. All right, let's take a look at that. We got some pets, some cute little animals. Some doggos, as you call them. Oh, let me make sure this is refreshed. Oh, don't give me trouble today, OBS. Just a second. OBS is being problemsome. What is going on, OBS? Won't let me load in the page. All right, give me just a moment. I'm going to have to close OBS real quick. Oh, there it is. Start capture. There we go. Okay. Sorry about the technical issues, everyone. Something's going on with OBS today. It's very stubborn. All right, so now we got it rolling. So you can see the website here, how it looks. Let's go through and see what we got going on. We got some cute little doggos here at the top. Rotating banner. Got this nice portrait of yourself here. This is really nice. Love the use of color. Love the use of the banners through here. Looks really nice. Very punchy. Really matches the brand that you go with your color choices for your own photography. So that's really nice. And then you have your nice little call to actions down here. What you want them to do. If you want to go to your social media, email, call, and being able to book directly with you. So in terms of a homepage, this is very fast, very quick. Only thing I might do on this homepage is just add a little bit more about the who, what, when, and where to find you for this business, because I don't know where you're located at. I would think maybe I would come down here and that's about it. But if you're able to put any extra details in here, maybe in the welcome message, just be like, hey, you know, hello, who you are, behind the lens. I'm so happy that you've landed here. That means you're either interested in capturing some fun and amazing memories of your fur babies or just here to absorb it. I adore dogs. I believe that they were sent to bring the best in us. So if you locate, maybe this is where you can put something. So if you're passionate about getting photos of your pet, of your dog, and you're located in the X location, please reach out to me. And you could put like a nice little call to action button here too, so people could click on it and go straight to booking. So that might be something that I might do to adjust this area as well. I think that might really, really highlight it. All right, let's jump over to pricing. Got this nice little engaging section up here at the top. Nice little bit of, you know, pricing here. Not too bad. If anything, you might want to break it up with breaks. They're like little hatch marks with code. So you could do it here where they come in like this. I'll type it in this section. But if you type this in between each of those dots, it'll make it come down to another line, just in case you're worried that maybe this might get lost in translation since you're trying to make bullet points. Just something to be aware of. But other than that, it looks really nice. Your pooch will love this. If you can get this all to one line or even make it a little bit larger so we get a little bit more so it's not just these two on this one line, I think that would look a little bit better. Love the size of this book now. I would kill this color right here. I don't think it's necessary. It's kind of just in between everything, so maybe just bring this up or kill that divider or spacer. I would also change this to be black because you use black frequently throughout the website, and it's just nice and bold. On here, it's kind of just relaxed here. Love this. This looks nice. Oh, and you even use another FAQ section just to add a little extra color. So that looks really cool. I like what you're doing right there. Keep that up. That looks pretty neat. All right, let's check out your blog. A little bit about yourself. What's going on. XOXO. Yep, check out your portfolio. Looks good. Have any questions? Need more info? Contact us today. Easy enough. The only thing I'm missing is I want a little bit of about you page. I want an about page about you. I know we kind of clarify a little bit about you here, but Chriselle, I would love to have an about page about like that expands on this section. It just gets people a little bit more, familiar with who you are, and it just breaks the tension when it comes to getting people familiar with like, oh, I really trust you behind the camera as much as you will be with my pet. So something to think about that you could do there. I love how you have the pricing page set up. If you want to, you can set up all the scheduling through there. But hey, you got everything else set up pretty quickly. I like the use of color throughout. I would definitely make this pricing section have a darker font here at the top. And you might want to think about making those breakpoints just to make these bullet points a little bit easier to read. But other than that, I think it's looking really strong. Very simple, very basic, but straight to the point. That's what it needs to be. Your photographs are doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and that's the important part, especially with animal stuff. I think it looks really nice and attractive. So keep it up. All right, let's jump over to our next website. This is Mary Jackson Photography. Let's take a look. So right away, they put here at the top, portrait and brand photographer servicing the area, Chicago South suburbs, make you feel confident. And then they have their let's chat all the way down here. I don't think this is necessary to be right aligned, so I definitely would just either center align it. I think it will look a lot better. All right, let's take a look as we go. Looks cool, nice. We're using the no crop right here because they don't want their images broken or bleeding off the page. I think they look pretty good though. You could probably make this written, that way it's just nice and it'll look good as it scales. Nice little breakup. I would add a little spacing right here at the top so it matches this space here and that space there. This looks nice. I don't think you need this divider. Just let it fall right into your certifications and publishings. I think that would look really nice. Very simple homepage. What you could do is, you have a little bit of information about you, so I think that looks good. And it leads to your contact page, and you have this nice little navigation center so that people can go to which gallery they prefer. So only thing I would do is, I would just remove this line here and change this button to be more centered, or remove it entirely, because you got some nice little points here. You could keep it where it goes to next. So that was my call to for that, because I don't like it right aligned because it doesn't really fit. Everything else is kind of centered, so it just kind of feels alien to the rest of the page. All right, let's jump over to our seniors. Again, it's right aligned. Let's fix that so it just looks more familiar and not broken, because I bet on mobile this sticks to the right and it looks strange with everything else centered aligned. Nice little section, very familiar to the home page. Nice little gallery section. What you could do when you get to these sections here, you could, instead of it just being line breaks and then back on white, you could just let the whole color wash it. Let this section be this beige tone. It would just break up the page with the monotonous of all the white on the page. Because look how bold the footer is, and then the rest is just kind of, you have these really thick borders, but it never falls into the color. So let the color do a little speaking in sections. Pick which one, like this one would be good, or right here would be good as well. Just use the colors and then coordinate your buttons so they don't get lost on those sections. But I think that would be really nice. Other than that, this page is looking really nice. I think something you could do instead of the list chat, you could say jump to gallery if you want to here. So it just brings them down here, putting an anchor point straight to there, just in case they don't realize that they can see photos right away. Something you could do is bring the gallery up before you get to testimonials, so you can sell it on the photography first, or vice versa, but you get the whole process here right afterwards that could fold right into testimonials. Just a thought if you want to change how it's put together. I'm gonna guess these are very familiar to one another, same recommendations on all those. Instead, you're doing this style of gallery here, which looks really nice. Keeps the page nice and tight, straight to the point. Yeah, not a lot of things to say about this one other than use that color here. I think that would look really nice here with that beige. Again, center align this button or remove it all together. Since we already have a couple call to actions anyway, list chats right here and then learn more about the process. Let's jump over to your business portrait. Now we're getting somewhere. See, center align looks a whole lot better. I would maybe make this just a touch smaller compared to this because I want this to be the main thing I focus on. Nice little section here, nice little bit of color, nice little bit about you. Maybe put the color here as well. I think that might look really nice. Maybe the color here as well. See, this section should be connected to here because what's the process is about this process, but this line break makes it feel like it's part of this situation. So just think about that when you're color coding things. It should be all connected. This section here could be all in that color, and it's walking us through the 1, 2, 3 process. And then this could be color as well. So just some options there, just to add a little color here and there. Look how this nice bit of color just cuts through the page and right here as well. It draws your eye in instead of being all on white. So like this just starts to feel samey after a while, and you kind of don't know where to put your eyes at. Like, where should I look at? The only thing that I'm seeing is contrast, which is really nice because contrast helps guide people. So think about that. Let's take a look at your blog. Looks good. I think there's a, don't worry about how this looks right now. I think it might just be my browser or there's a bug happening right now. We made an update and I think they're going to fix it shortly. So everything's kind of spaced out funny. So don't worry about that. But other than that, it looks really good. Got a great breakdown. Let's chat. Looks awesome. So yeah. Let's take a look at your other blog. Great bit of photos. The only thing I recommend on this one is I would add a call to action here to book with you at the end of this one. So anytime, just have something to do at the end of it. Okay, so that looks good. Again, utilize that color right here. I think that would be really nice just to break up the page a little bit. I think that would look really good. And yeah, not too bad, not too bad. There was one thing I wanted to look at, and I'm wondering if it's on here. Yeah, learn more about my process. All right, this page is kind of hidden. So let's see, and you got like a texture behind here, which is a nice breakup, but then you have multiple layers of you have like a patchy background, white, then you go to a beige, and then you go to like a texture gray. I would just make this all feel cohesive because right now we're getting into texture play, and this is the only time you ever see this in the page itself. So I definitely would recommend trying to find a more cohesive look. Like I would maybe make this the color wash, make this on white, and then maybe then break it down to here, have that color wash behind these blocks. I think that's what I would do to really clean this page up, just to make it look really nice. Because right now it just feels a little bit all over the place in terms of texture and color, no cohesiveness. And then I would add breathing area in between these spots. That way it's not butted right up to dividers and things like that. But yeah, that's my recommendation for this page. Overall, Mary, you got some really great ideas. Just some cleanup, slight modifications I would do to it. Center aligning things, adding color when possible, removing this border here, just letting it fall right down to it. I think that would look really nice. Same thing, recommendations on these two pages. Like how you got things laid out, but definitely would just add a little splash of color just to really break up the monotonous of all the white. and really punctuate where we want our eyes to lead. You know, I see this button, but let's add a little color behind this area. I think that would just make this part a little bit stronger. Same thing with recommendations. I love the color here. Definitely think about that. And then any spacing, like this should be part of this area, but it's disconnected because of that border, so it feels like it's part of this area. Other than that, I think that's looking pretty good overall. So great job, Mary. If you have any questions, again, ask our team. We'll be able to assist you. All right, let's jump over to our next website. All right, so we are Brittany Ashton. Nice collage style opening. Rolls right into a rolling slideshow. Nice bit of information. Thrilled variety of photography. Okay, I'm based out of Oklahoma, but destination is my middle name. Okay, so they're a destination photographer, but they're based out of Oklahoma. So that's not bad. At least you got that kind of intertwined there. Make sure you make up for it in your SEO so people understand you do the Oklahoma X area and destinations. Not too bad, not too bad. The only thing, and it might be my browser, but you'd have to tell me, this image just feels like it's kind of alien and hanging out there compared to everything else on this page. So I would definitely just remove this image if possible and just let this fully display at the bottom. I think that's a better way to finish the page, fully flushed like that. The information looks really strong, got a great bit of details. It doesn't feel overly long. It's visually high impact. It's getting straight to the point. Other things you could think about, like in areas like this, you can make this font a little bit bigger if you wanted to, just because this is such a short sequence. Anything long, this is fine to keep it that size, and this is fine to keep it that size. But in these areas like here, tell your story, this section might stand to be punched up a little bit, just so it has a little bit more impact. But overall, not too bad on your homepage. I love the secondary area here where they can click into your portfolios. Let's jump over to your About page. Gorgeous photo starts. Not bad. You're almost too long down here, which could have rolled into a text wrapping section, but at least it doesn't go much further, so you're good. This is good. Let's connect. Looks good. And see how that testimonial is so punched up? You could do something like that on that homepage. That's what I was referring to. Right here, it just gives a little bit more impact. Now, I'm going to see, I don't remember there being that blue on this page. So that's the first time I see this blue. So I'm going to see if this is running throughout your website. Otherwise, I might do a different color behind it, because this blue and this green are kind of the same tone. So they kind of feel a little clashy a bit, but it's okay. They're almost similar. All right, let's jump over here. Like, I like the texture you got behind the page. And I like this, it looks like a card, so that's really nice. Building out your information, talking a little bit about the price points. And I really like, especially if our new animations enabled, just adds a little polish to the page. And not everything's loading at once, so as you go, it loads. So that looks really strong. I really like what you're doing. I like the portrait style styling of it, because you can punch in to see it. But the main focus is always kind of already in there. So if I want it here, boom, there it is. But it just looks really appealing. I like it. It's got a lot of energy to the page. Stop down here. If anything, I would add like just a little call to action, like ready to book your wedding, and then going right into it. That way they know that this form is a little different. So let's jump over to engagement. This looks like just a standard gallery with the standard form here. Okay. You could add a little detail here, and you could do this, you know, just like you did on your wedding and elopements. You know, talk about the things that you're doing, how you travel for space, for for photography. You can add a little bit information down here about engagements as well. If you're doing destinations, or it's all singled out in the Oklahoma area, and how you enrich people's lives. Like, cause look at that, that's an incredible photo. Let's talk about how they can get that experience. It'll help with SEO as well. Great little section here. I like the black running across. You might even have some black here at the top too, just to really make this page pop out. Like it's like we're going into something a little bit more editorial, professional style. Here, got a nice little bit of information. Again, just add the who, what, when, whenever possible if you're going to utilize those sections. And then you keep it very short and sweet to the point, which I really like because it gets straight to what they're looking for anyway. Yeah, you could probably beef this section up with a little bit of the who, what, when, and where. And down here, simple enough. Looks good. Oh, see, now we got something full. We hadn't done that yet, so just be aware. Like, everything has been nice and tight. Now we're getting into something slightly different. It's attractive. Definitely matches the homepage a little bit more, but the rest of your pages have been more compact when it comes to the galleries. So I just want you to be aware of that. It just looks a little different. And if that's what you're going for, that's fine too. This section kind of gets tucked in there because it's getting squeezed in. It's like a sandwich. It's getting squished. We want to give this some breathing room. So you can probably add that little color swash through here. We used black on that one page. We used blue on a previous one. I kind of dig the black. I think it fits your branding better. So I would remove that blue on the other page and make it black if possible. And then make this pop out so it doesn't get lost in this area. And I do like that you utilize an image in this section for the booking this time. Check out the portrait section. Now we're changing our design elements up a little bit. I liked what you were doing with these previous ones with the cards. If you're able to do that and replicate that idea, I like the card here. And I kind of like if you add a black here at the top, this just feels like it's, this ribbon, this banner of, that makes it really posh. If you're able to do that on this section too, I think that would go a long way. It just feels a little empty, a little stale compared to the previous ones with that color being there at the top. Beautiful images, nice rotating section. Looks good. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting into something. See, this looks really cool. This is the first time you're really utilizing these colors though, so definitely make it match. I definitely would use that black or even that green tone that's at the base, this tone here, right in this section. And then for this, make sure this is black. It's just really hard to read on this marble texture. Kind of gets a little lost. Great looking photos. Nice little section. Yeah, but definitely that's what I recommend for that page. Check out the architectural page. Not much details on this page. I definitely would write something about this so people understand, like, who you're doing it for, type of clientele that you're working with, etc. Because this just feels kind of tacked on at the end. It's great looking photography, so let's not make this feel less than the other pages, if that makes sense. All right, let's take a look at your contact page. Very simple, very attractive, straight to the point. Keep it that way, looks good. Yeah, I like the accordion style, straight to the point. Something you could do here is add a big color background to this just to really make this section pop out. I think that would look really good, but otherwise you have a really nice looking website, Brittany. I think you're doing a really good job. Just minor tweaks just to add a little bit more polish to this website. That's all I'm recommending. It'll really enhance this page, make it feel a little bit stronger on brand. There's some color things that I would tweak as well. There's an alien blue, and then there's kind of a greenish mustardy, Dijon mustardy color. I would remove those, go full in on the black. I think it'll look stronger at the end of the day. But yeah, it's looking really good otherwise. Those are my modifications I would do to that. All right, let's take a look at our last website. This is Matt Young Photography. They got the floating style menu down here. Nice little rollover effects. Looks good. Real big, real pop. Very modern. Got the logos rolling up. That looks good. Got the nice little bio photo. That looks really strong. I might flip these two. That way we get a nice little visual down to a visual. So get that nice S flow to the page, that page flow. So if you're able to do that, flip-flop these sections. Keep the image on the left here. Put the image on the right on this block. I think that would be a nice way to end it. Very nice, very strong beginning. I like how it's like kind of like coming to a big board. So if I was looking at this on a tablet, I bet this would look really nice. Straight to the point. Maybe add a little extra bit of details about who you are. Maybe, again, the location-wise, where you might be focusing your work at. You know, if even just saying North America is good. I can see the city of Scottsdale, Arizona a little bit. Maybe put that a little bit in these areas as well, just to give us a little more, punch to it so people know where you're based out of. All right, let's jump over to headshots. Nice effect, looks good. The fade looks really nice. Very simple, straight to the point. Now, I know you don't have any details on this page, just the images that speak for themselves. You could, at the very bottom of the page, start adding some details, like looking for headshot photography located in the Scottsdale area. I'm the person for you. I can do, yourself, your corporate events or teams, whatever you're looking for. And then just adding those layering in, because then you can modify the SEO to that page. So when people are searching, you will probably come up prevalent. And I'll say that for all the pages. You can always add those types of details. I'm sure the next page is similar in fashion, where it's, yes, this big, bold, square layout. It looks fabulous. Looks really good. Very strong. But again, same recommendation here at the bottom. You can have the option where people are able to invest in you now and book, or ask questions, and you can give more details for SEO purposes. Same recommendation on this page as well. Great looking work. Now we can just add a few details here at the bottom. I think that's all you need. Same thing for your commercial work here. Again, great looking content, great looking photographs. Now let's just strengthen these pages up with a little bit of SEO content. Let's check out your page here. Looks good. I love this floating because we can see it come up at the same time. It looks really strong. Something you can do on this page, again, just add the contact section or a button here that drives people to you. I think that's something I would recommend. Another thing I would also recommend, Matt, if possible, just to keep you concurrent and being able to be found. We see a lot of these events, we see that stuff, but I want to know your story. I want to see what you're working on more. We have this one single video content, and then we see all these clients that you worked with, but I want to see more of that. Maybe this is where you can introduce a blog. A blog is really good for creating extra pages that doesn't weigh down the website. And what I mean by that is you won't have tons of pages. You'll have a single blog, so it could be called news. And it could be news and updates or something like that if you want to. That way it feels more like, hey, here's what I'm up to. Here's my current projects. Keeps people involved in you. And that's what we want to do. Because right now when I come to this website, I'm hungry for more. I want to see more from you. I see great photos, but I want to be hooked by you even more. And the ways you can do that is just introducing the blog. Because tell me this guy's story. How'd this go? Is this a singular event? Is this something that you personally set up in your own studio? This is something I want to see at the end of the day. So definitely recommend doing that just to really make this stand out more. Hey, and I don't have a problem with a very simple contact page. I always like it that way. So overall, I think you got some really incredible work. Your photographs are really strong. The opening to the homepage is really cool. Just add a little bit more meat on the bones when it comes to details. Like this section is great. I want a little bit more of that integrated through here, like clients that you've worked with. You can even mention that just as a little blurb. My clientele ranges from, intimate, headshots and branding and influencers to large scale event and commercial businesses like these. You could have something like that. And I think that's a great way to kind of convey it if you want to. And then just intertwining how you work within the, area, but you also travel outside of the Scottsdale area for your content of work, for your body of work. I think that would be really good to have. Again, for testimonials, great looking page. Love the rolling up effect. You could add just a simple call to action here, and then on the bottom here, you could just add the ability for booking and just adding a few bit of details here. I think that would go a long way when it comes to getting people enticed about your work, because it's fantastic. Now we just want Google to share it. We want the search engines to be able to make you more discoverable at the end of the day. And a blog can simply do that by increasing more pages, because you could do a whole article that's just simply about event photography or specific events or a branding experience that you created, etc., or just updates what you're working on. So something to consider for the future. Okay, so we looked at 4 incredible websites today. Very, very good. Everyone has different looks, different layouts, different options about them. Definitely love that people are utilizing these new effects that we got going on. Love that people are utilizing color on their pages. And it's matching their branding. Just a few things I do to tweak across all of them. Very simple fixes. Very easy. Again, if you need any assistance on any of that stuff, please reach out to our team. We'll be happy to assist you. But overall, we've got some strong looking websites today, which I'm hoping is relegating. We have strong photographers as well. So their work is speaking volumes, because the website can do so much, but your body of work is the heavy lifting segment of it. We're just trying to tweak it to make sure that you're more presentable at the end of the day. Your website is your press kit, basically. So we want to make sure that you are looking your best. So if you need any extra assistance in the future, you can always check out our blog.photobiz.com. We have tons of great content there. If you need any help, we have tons of guides here to help you walk you through stuff. Again, you guys, if you need help writing any content, we have AI. PhotoBiz AI can assist you when it comes to writing anything. You can just click here. If we want to come down into any segment about that, learn how to write SEO with it, you can do that as well. Great assistant tools here. And if you need help, you can always go to our education.photobiz.com. You can check out our coaching services that we have available. One-on-one assistance for 1 hour, $150. You get a lot done in that time. So if you need assistance that's beyond support, and you want someone to hand over to walk you through building things so we can design, we can work on your e-commerce, client galleries, marketing, forms and contracts, SEO, you name it. In that 1 hour, you can get a lot done. So I definitely recommend that. You can also check out our upcoming events. Next week, we have Ask Me Anything About PhotoBiz AI. So it's going to be a great week to find out more details about that and how you can utilize it for your own business. Then we'll have another website reviews. Then we'll also be talking about website animations and how that can increase sales. How can it do it? Well, I saw a few things that made that last website a little bit more attractive. It just made it more engaging. Engagement is a huge thing, so we'll talk about that when it comes to it. So, just rolling down, the story unfolds as I come down. These are ways to engage people, keeps them on the page longer, something to think about when it comes to the value of your website. And then you also have coming up at the end of the month of May, pre-designed blocks, how you can utilize them for your business. Can't wait to talk about that. I think this is going to be really helpful when it comes to speeding up design on your website. So if you need to create pages or update your page, those pre-designed blocks are going to elevate it beyond anything you've ever seen before. So that's what we got going on. Again, if you need any help offline when we're not around, we have our on-demand videos that are available anytime you need them. So if you want to learn more about a product or one of the features that we have, just click here. You can watch an entire demo of how to utilize the tool. We got Ogie OG saying, I want to buy. Hey, if you want to get a PhotoBiz website, that's easy enough. Just go to photobiz.com, and right here you can start for free. Check it out, see if it fits your business the way you want it. If you need to know more about the products and services that we have, you can see all the features that we have. And we have tons of other things, such as our We Build It For You option, where it's a one-time fee of $600, but you can get it done. And you can always take our quiz, see if PhotoBiz is a right fit for you. Just click on it, and then you'll come into a 1-minute quiz that'll get you set up in no time to see if it's right for you. But hey, it's been right for a lot of photographers. Over $30 million earned by photographers using PhotoBiz in 2024. So you want to be part of that? Find out today. Jump over to that quiz, see if you're a good fit. Then you can start free by clicking here, and you'll jump right on in and fill out that information and go from there. Get first month free. Great opportunity to do it. Anyway, I want to thank you all for joining me today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section. If you want to have your website reviewed in the future, please fill out that form in the description and like and subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of great content, but we need you to figure out what your desires are when it comes to wanting to know how to build things, or if there's a primary focus you want us to shift to, we can do that as well. And it'll help us schedule out our content for the rest of the year. If there's anything else, you can always reach out to our clients. You can always reach out to our client support, which is in this bottom corner of our browser. You can see here, you can talk to our team anytime there. Anywhere in the website, you'll see this blue dot. Click on it, and you can talk to our team right away. They'll be able to assist you as soon as you have any questions. So live chat or call us anytime. All right, I want to thank everyone for joining me today. I hope this was informative to you. If you have any other questions, please leave it in the comment section. I hope everyone has a enjoyable weekend.